Alrighty guys, today we're gonna go and do some golf course fishing, and I've never fished at this golf course before. Talked to a guy in my microbiology class today, and he was like, yeah, that's a goat ranch. And I was like, what's a goat ranch? He's like, oh, it's a golf course that's not very prestigious or well maintained or whatever, you know, just a not very high class golf course, I guess you could say that. But yeah, we're gonna go try this golf course and see what happens. Hopefully we'll catch some toads. Alright, so we're over here at the golf course. Trying to keep it on the DL. I don't necessarily know if I'll get in trouble for fishing here, but I doubt it. I haven't gotten kicked off the golf course before, so looks like there's a pond right up here that I can try, so we'll try it. Alright, so I was fishing that chatterbait through here and got a few bites on it. And we're catching fish, but nothing big. We're going to try and see if we can catch a big one. Golf course ponds are notorious for holding big fish. And there's plenty of different ponds to try out here. So, the trick is finding a spot where I won't get hit by golf balls. And doesn't have too much vegetation around it. So we're going to try and find a spot like that and catch a toad. Okay, so this is first big one of the day. I mean, he's big compared to what we have been catching, but you know, he's a decent 1.5, 2 pounds. Got them on the chatterbait, white and chartreuse. Two of my favorite colors. So this just goes to show there are some bigger ones in here. So let's see if we can get some more. Alright, so the rest of these ponds, way too shallow to hold fish. So that last one I was catching those 2-pounders in, looks like it's the only one that's actually going to hold fish for long periods of time. Because I don't think this is super deep over here. Let me try this real quick. Let me throw a cast down. Yep, there's nothing in this one. It's just too dang shallow. There's only one good pond that I fished so far. Well, the first one was good too. So there's two good ones out here. There's another one I haven't fished yet, so I'm going to go over and do that one. It's going to be a little bit of a hike. Well, guys, I got kicked out. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, whenever I go fish on a golf course, I anticipate getting kicked out at some point. But, yeah, kind of a bummer. This was actually a really good spot to come fish around here. We don't have too many good spots. So, you know, it's kind of a bummer. Around my school and where I live, there's really not very many good fishing spots. We got some bigger lakes that are extremely kind of hard to fish because I don't have a boat and I only have a kayak, and the kayak doesn't do well on windy days, and around here it's usually about 15-mile-an-hour winds almost every day. So that's kind of a bummer, but you know, rules are rules, but there's nothing posted out here saying you can't fish. And the thing that gets me is the guy was acting like he was all high and mighty and, you know, acting like he's never seen a fisherman before. So that kind of ticked me off a little bit, but you know, I guess I'll have to go find somewhere else to catch fish. You know, with this YouTube channel, I want to be able to pull up big fish, and just in general, I want to pull up big fish, and that's hard to do because there's no good fishing spots, because everybody around this area, particularly certain types of people, they think that they have to keep every fish that they catch, and that ticks me off because it just makes it harder and harder for me to catch fish that are of substantial size. So that's kind of a bummer, but you know, it's life, that's how it works, and get kicked out, you just get kicked out. But the guy seriously asked, what are you doing with those fishing poles? I'm like, thinking to myself, that is the dumbest question I've ever heard. What do you think I would be doing with a fishing pole? I'm trying to catch a bear. I'm fishing. And I was very respectful, and that's what you need to do. Just kind of be very respectful and be like, basically what I said, he was like, what are you doing with those fishing poles? And I was like, fishing. And he says, well, there's no fishing here. I was like, oh, I didn't realize I was causing much of a problem or anything. He's like, well, there's no fishing allowed because of liability issues and chemicals. And I'm like, thinking to myself, chemicals? Why are you putting chemicals down that would have potential to hurt people? If this is a public area where a lot of people are going to be going, like, it's ridiculous, but it happens. I'm going to go see if I can find a different place to fish.